I'ma fuck up my life. I'ma fuck up my life.
What is going on, viewers? My name is Chuck Butler, and you are tuning into my weekly Friday recap. And in this segment, we go over and review what I traded in the stock market this past week, and also how well or poorly I performed. Don't forget to like and subscribe only if you found value in whatever I was discussing in this video. So let's go ahead and jump into my Think or Swim platform where I traded 5 tickers this week. The song is Ain't That Kicking Ahead by Dean Martin. I enjoyed it and I think you would too. So let's go ahead and get into it. Boom. Okay. So we have SLS, ticker symbol CNET, ticker symbol PTI, ticker symbol CRON, and ticker symbol TNDM. Let's go from bottom to top. Oh, wait, no, let's go from day to day by which one I traded. Okay, so the first ticker symbol we have here is CRON, and I messed up on this trade because of just simple mistakes. And as you can see on the thumbnail, I am down. I know, how can Chuck be down? No, I'm down about 7.04% for the week because just of simple mistakes this week. And I hope you guys stay tuned for the video so you can see what these simple mistakes were. Just in case you also make these, we can find a way to stop making these mistakes and go ahead and get the money. So let me go ahead and tell you what I did for this one. I entered this. The reason I entered CRON was because, as you guys probably know, on Monday news was released that Canada would move through with the legalization of weed on Wednesday. So I decided to buy a call option for the end of next week, anticipating that the stock would shoot up past its previous resistance at around 15 here. Let me go ahead and show you guys. Let me go back a bit further. Yeah, here. Yeah, around 15:30, and I was risking. Oh, sorry. I was risking about $100, just one contract. I was risking $100 for the chance of making over 100% of my my initial capital, which I did after market. And you're not able to buy or sell options pre-market or after market, or at least I'm not on the Robinhood platform that I use to trade, and then I use the Thinkorswim platform to do my charting and technical analysis. So as you can see, this white bubble right here is when I decided to get in on the option at $1. I actually got in at 104. I meant to get in at $1, but the volatility was just crazy. And then I was up about a little bit over 100 after market, and then I could have sold off next morning with about a 60 or 50 between a 50 and $60 profit, but I decided to hold for the news on Wednesday, anticipating it was going to spike up further beyond the previous resistance around 1324, which was indeed my fault. And that was a simple mistake that I should have avoided. And the simple mistake was, you should buy the rumor and sell the news, or once the news passed, you play the reaction of that news. But I was waiting for the anticipation of the news, so I decided to. So me making that simple mistake, I decided to hold off and wait since I had the call for next week, and obviously it wasn't going my way, so I finally decided to sell around here at 40 cents. So I lost about $60 on that trade, which did not pan out the way I wanted it to be. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this ticker symbol. What I could work on is selling into strength and taking profits. That was my simple mistake there. I was already up about 40 before the market even closed. I could have taken profits there, but I didn't. And I could have taken profits the next morning, but I didn't. So completely my mistake. I learned my lesson, and let's go ahead and move on. You shouldn't dwell on these small little things. You can always recover. So let's move over to the next ticker symbol. Ticker symbol TNDM. This one, nothing. I didn't break any rules on this trade. It's just that it just didn't go my way, and I understand that. Oh wait, no, actually I did. Waiting for a valid confirmation. As you can see, I got in at around 39.92, and I exited around 38.77 for about negative 2.88% margin. As you can see, I got in here on Wednesday for a swing trade, and I plan to sell this around 45. Here, let me show you why. Because as you can see on my very messy chart over here, it had let me go ahead and delete that. It had previous resistance at 40, and I was expecting a breakout above 40 and a continuation of the uptrend until these two minor resistance lines around 44 and 42. But obviously it did not get to there. It only reached highs of around 40, and it decided to trend back down below that, and it started breaking support. Hey, let me go to the 5 minute. It started breaking support the next day, and I decided to sell around 38.77 here. Let me go ahead and show you what I'm doing now. It's called transparency. Ooh, yeah. This is the web. This is the web application for my Robinhood broker, as you can see. Let's go over Cron real quick. See, limit buy submitted October 15th. Limit price 105. Status filled. One contract at 104 for a total of 104. Then I sold. On the 17th at 40 cents. So there's that. Then let's go over to TNDM. 7 shares at 39.52. 7 shares at, and then I averaged up to a total of 39.92. My limit price was 40, but it filled me at 39.92. And then I sold at around 38.77 on the 18th. Yeah, the next day. So let me go ahead and move. Let me go ahead and move back in. Okay. So my mistake on this one was not waiting for confirmation. I did get in a bit earlier than expected because it did break previous highs. I saw that it started to continue to uptrend, and it even broke the $40 resistance. So that was a good sign that it was going to continue to uptrend. But I should have waited for a better confirmation around next day when it continued to make higher highs. But I did not do that. And as you can see, I paid for the price. The next morning it did show signs that it was holding, and it trended back up to previous highs at 440. But that's when this area is when I should have exited the position, because it broke below the previous resistance. After it tested the 40/40, and this pattern is what we call a double top, when two resistance points hit near the same area, it is usually a sign of a downward trend. And I sold out around 38.77 due to it also breaking another support at 39. So I lost about 2.88% on that trade. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. Ticker symbol PTI. Even though I won on this trade, this one was a mistake that could have easily been avoided had I been patient. I decided to play the 50-cent break for this ticker, because as you guys know from previous videos, when I day trade, I only play the whole dollar and half dollar breaks because of the strength that it has pushed with it. And I usually try to target around a 30 cent to 20 cent sell point range. I'll make a video on that pretty soon on why that's my only day trading strategy. So I got in at around 850 right here, around this. Yeah, let me see. 850 around here, and it started to trend up and it hit highs of 872, but I didn't sell out. I could have took profits right there, which I should have done had I stuck to my plan. But I decided to hold it, and it trended back down and down all the way until $8, and that was a mistake. I should have not held it for that long. If I was gonna hold something for that long and have a stop loss that big from 850 to 8, I should have gotten in at a lower price, but I didn't. I decided to wait out because I was being stubborn and I was being salty about my loss for Cron and T and DM. So I was using emotions with this trade, and I didn't stick to my plan. So because I only usually play the whole dollar and half dollar mark the first time it breaks. The other times, they're not that strong. As you can see over here, when it broke around 850, guess what? It hit around $9.10. That would have been my play, not this one over here. And if it was going to be my play, then I should have waited for the break above another break above 9. But I decided to get in back at 850, have a stop loss set at 8, and then obviously, as you can see, it trended back up, and I saw it around 9, which was good. I profited about 6.82% margin, entry at 850, exit at 908. But this still was a bad trade. Even though I made money, it was just something that I should something I should have not done, but it was done anyway. So we're gonna move on. We learned from our mistakes, and that's gonna be all. Let's move over to where is PTI. I believe it's this one. Oh yeah, see, 60 shares at 850 on October 18th, and then a sell. See, I had a stop loss sell at around 8. See, stop price 8, and then I sold around 9 at the break of 9 at 908 for 60 shares. So let's go ahead and get back to here. Moving on to the next ticker symbol, we have SLS. This one, it wasn't more of a mistake. It was so of me. I could have been my plan could have worked out perfectly if I would have waited about a couple of more minutes, but I decided that if the trade wasn't going my way, one of my rules, then I was going to get out. And I decided to get in here. Let me zoom in. At this white dot around here, around 190, I did get in a bit early because I saw that it did break the previous resistance it had at 193. I decided to get in at around 190, and it did trend up above 2, but guess what? It didn't hit that 15 to 30 cent mark that I always look for with these whole dollar and half dollar breaks. So on the way back down, I decided to just cut my losses, or not cut my losses, take profit at 196, and I made a total of 3.6% on that trade. It wasn't a bad trade, but I could have made even more profit, and I had really no reason to get out because I usually have a 10-cent stop loss when I day trade. I got in at 190, and it bounced around the EMA at around 190. Then it continue to trend back up above 10. But when you're day trading momentum plays like these, you want to be in and out. You don't want to just wait and hold off for too long because you never know when the sticker is going to trend back down. So yeah, that's going to be it for that trade. Here, let me go over and show you. Boom, boom, boom. Limit buy here at 190 for 250 shares, and limit sell at 196 for 250 shares. So Yep, and then let's go over the last trade. Or was that the last trade? Oh no. This one was my fallout as well, such as Kron. On both tickers that on CNET and Kron, these two that I lost out on, I did not follow my rules at all, and it bit me hard. I got in around this one around. I did not mean to get in. I did not mean to get into this one. I was waiting for the previous, my break point of the whole dollar mark. As you can see, it did show signs of resistance around 3 the previous day, and as you can see, it never reached above 3. It hit 299. I had my finger over the buy button and I fat fingered it, and I did not mean to do that. And it filled me in at 297, and then but here's my mistake. I did see support around 260 and the 270 mark, but like I said, I have a 10-cent stop loss. I should have got out. I should have exited this trade around 1080. It wasn't working for me, but I still decided to hold it because like with the PTI, I was being stubborn, and that's what you should not do. That you should have no emotions when you're trading. You should be in if it's working for you, and then you should be out when you're selling into strength. Unless you're shorting, then you sell when the strength is dwindling. But as you can see, I exited around 260. That was bad. I lost about 11.45% margin. I usually have 2.5% stop loss set like as my max loss, so I don't blow up my account. But as you can see, 11.45%, I completely disregarded my rules, and it bit me in the ass. So what I suggest to you guys is, if you have rules when you're trading in the stock market, please follow them. Just please follow them. You'll, as you can see, when you don't follow them, you start to get bit. And this was a simple mistake that should have not been made. It never even broke 3. I never even should have fat fingered it. But since I don't have my phone with me because my phone broke, I have to use the desktop application. The desktop application is slower, so I do have to jump in a bit more early than the rest of everybody else. So I guess that's one of the reasons or excuses you can say that I used on why I fat fingered it. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Even though I lost this weekend, that doesn't mean you can't find any value in this video, and you can't find any lessons that you can probably learn that you probably have struggled with as well, such as me, because as you know, we are all human and we all make mistakes. So the lessons we want to go over this past week is waiting for confirmation, sticking to your rules, and being patient. That's it. Oh, and also taking profits. So yeah. So that's gonna be it for this week. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, productive weekend, and I'll see you on Sunday for Stock Talk Sunday. That'll be all. See you guys later.